Reality Bending Method, written and published by Ngasline. Behind the mystical veils of what we call reality lies an extraordinary truth that history's greatest achievers have quietly understood. Your reality isn't fixed. It's fluid, responsive, and perpetually shaped by the hidden power of your own consciousness. Reality Bending Method breaks open the matrix of existence to reveal why some individuals seem to defy the laws of probability, achieving the impossible while others remain bound by conventional limitations. Through a revolutionary fusion of quantum physics, neuroscience, and ancient reality manipulation techniques, this book exposes the precise mental technologies that allow you to transcend the role of passive observer and become an active architect of your reality. Drawing from closely guarded wisdom traditions and cutting-edge scientific research, you'll discover why what most call reality is actually a malleable construct waiting to be reshaped by those who understand the code behind our collective simulation. Lesson 1. Thoughts shape physical reality. The fundamental truth that thoughts shape our physical reality has been understood by great thinkers, spiritual masters, and now increasingly by modern science. What was once considered mystical wisdom is now being validated through quantum physics and neuroscience research, revealing the profound connection between mind and matter. At its core, the mind-matter connection operates through the quantum field, where thoughts and physical reality intersect. Scientists have observed that the mere act of observation affects the behavior of particles at the quantum level, a phenomenon known as the observer effect. This discovery demonstrates that consciousness itself influences the physical world in measurable ways. When we understand this principle, we begin to grasp how our thoughts directly impact the reality we experience. The brain processes approximately 60,000 thoughts per day, each one sending electrical and chemical signals throughout our body and into the surrounding environment. These thoughts generate electromagnetic fields that extend beyond our physical form, interacting with the quantum field that underlies all physical matter. Through this mechanism, our thoughts literally shape the world around us, influencing everything from our biology to our external circumstances. To harness this power, we must first develop awareness of our thought patterns. Most people allow their thoughts to run on autopilot, unconsciously creating experiences that reflect their habitual thinking. By bringing conscious attention to our thoughts, we can begin to direct them purposefully. Start by spending 5 minutes each morning observing your thoughts without judgment. Notice their quality, direction, and emotional tone. This simple practice builds the foundation for conscious reality creation. As you develop thought awareness, begin to consciously choose thoughts that align with your desired reality. When you catch yourself thinking in ways that contradict your goals, gently redirect your focus. Imagine your thoughts as seeds being planted in the fertile soil of the quantum field. Each thought contains the blueprint for its physical manifestation, so choose thoughts that reflect what you want to create. The power of thought extends beyond mere positive thinking. Thoughts must be infused with feeling and belief to effectively shape reality. When you think about your desires, engage all your senses. Feel the emotions of already having what you want. See the details vividly in your mind. This multi-sensory engagement strengthens the thought's impact on physical reality. Practice directing your thoughts with purpose throughout the day. Before any significant activity, take a moment to set your mental state. Before meetings, envision positive outcomes. Before challenges, think thoughts of capability and success. Before rest, fill your mind with peace and renewal. This consistent thought direction builds momentum in the quantum field, making reality increasingly responsive to your mental commands. Understanding thoughts as creative forces requires regular practice. Spend time daily in focused thought creation. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and deliberately generate thoughts aligned with your desired reality. Hold these thoughts steady, feeling their reality in your body and mind. This focused practice strengthens your ability to shape reality through thought. All physical objects and circumstances began as thoughts. The chair you sit in, the building you work in, the relationship you cherish, all started as ideas in someone's mind. By mastering your thoughts, you master the very substance from which reality is formed. Your thoughts are the architects of your experience, drawing from the infinite potential of the quantum field to construct your physical world. The connection between thoughts and physical reality operates continuously, whether we're conscious of it or not. By developing awareness and control of our thoughts, we step into our power as conscious creators of our experience. Every thought is a brushstroke on the canvas of reality, and through dedicated practice, we learn to paint masterpieces with our minds. Lesson 2. Consciousness creates all experience. At its core, consciousness is the fundamental fabric of all existence and experience. Everything we perceive, feel, and understand comes through the lens of our consciousness. This profound truth has been explored by philosophers, scientists, and spiritual teachers throughout history, and modern research continues to reveal the deep connection between consciousness and reality. Consciousness is not merely awareness of our surroundings. It is the very medium through which reality manifests. When we look at a tree, we might think we're seeing an objective reality, but what we're actually experiencing is our consciousness interpreting waves of light and creating an image that makes sense to us. This process happens so seamlessly that we rarely question it, yet understanding this mechanism is crucial for reality bending. Our perception shapes reality in ways that are both subtle and dramatic. Consider how two people can experience the same event entirely differently based on their state of consciousness. A rainy day might be perceived as gloomy and depressing by one person, while another sees it as refreshing and peaceful. The physical reality, the rain, remains the same, but the experience varies dramatically based on consciousness. The role of awareness in creating experience cannot be overstated. As we become more aware, we begin to notice how our consciousness filters, interprets, and creates our experience of reality. This awareness allows us to start taking conscious control of these processes, rather than allowing them to operate on autopilot. To expand consciousness, we must first recognize its current limitations. Most people operate within a narrow band of consciousness, stuck in habitual patterns of thought and perception. Breaking free from these limitations requires regular practice in expanding awareness. This can be achieved through various means, such as meditation, mindful observation, and conscious breathing exercises. One powerful exercise for expanding consciousness is the sphere of awareness practice. Begin by focusing on your immediate sensory experience, what you can see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. Gradually expand this awareness to include your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. Then extend it further to encompass the space around you, the air you breathe, and the energy field that surrounds you. Expand your awareness to include the entire room, building, city, and beyond. Another essential practice is developing meta-awareness, the ability to be aware of awareness itself. This creates a subtle shift in consciousness that allows you to observe your thoughts, emotions, and experiences from a higher perspective. From this vantage point, you can begin to see how your consciousness creates your reality moment by moment. Understanding the relationship between consciousness and experience also reveals why different people can achieve vastly different results in similar circumstances. Those with expanded consciousness see opportunities where others see obstacles, find solutions where others see problems, and create possibilities where others perceive limitations. To truly harness the reality-bending power of consciousness, we must cultivate present moment awareness. This means fully engaging with each experience as it unfolds, rather than being lost in thoughts about the past or future. When we're fully present, we can begin to notice how our consciousness shapes our experience and make conscious choices about how we want to perceive and interact with reality. The practice of expanding consciousness is ongoing and requires dedication. Each moment offers an opportunity to become more aware, to observe how consciousness creates experience, and to make conscious choices about how we want to perceive and interact with reality. As consciousness expands, so does our ability to influence and shape the reality we experience. Through consistent practice and awareness, we begin to understand that consciousness isn't just passive observation. It's an active force that creates and shapes our experience of reality. This understanding forms the foundation for more advanced reality bending techniques as we learn to consciously direct this creative force rather than being unconsciously controlled by it. Lesson 3. Mind masters matter always. The relationship between mind and matter is not merely correlational. It is hierarchical, with mind holding the superior position as the master of physical reality. Throughout human history, this fundamental truth has been demonstrated countless times by those who understood and applied it deliberately, from ancient mystics and spiritual masters to modern-day quantum physicists. The evidence supporting mind's dominion over matter continues to accumulate. Consider the documented cases of yogis who can control their body temperature in extreme conditions, or martial artists who can break solid objects with seemingly impossible ease. These aren't supernatural phenomena, but rather demonstrations of the mind's ability to override what we typically consider to be fixed physical laws. The placebo effect, thoroughly documented in medical research, provides perhaps the most scientifically validated proof of mind over matter, where mere belief in a treatment creates measurable physical changes in the body, even when no active ingredient is present. Recent discoveries in quantum physics have further validated this hierarchy. The famous double-slit experiment shows that the mere act of observation affects how particles behave, transforming them from waves to particles. This demonstrates that consciousness itself influences the fundamental building blocks of physical reality. The implications are profound. Our minds don't just interpret reality, they actively participate in creating it. To develop mental mastery over matter, one must first accept this hierarchy as fundamental truth rather than metaphorical concept. This acceptance opens the door to practical application. Begin by observing your thoughts' immediate effects on your physical body. Notice how different thoughts create instant physiological responses: tension, relaxation, increased heart rate, or changed breathing patterns. These immediate physical reactions to mental activity prove the mind-matter connection in real time. Developing this mastery requires consistent practice. Start with simple exercises focusing on voluntary control of autonomous functions. Practice controlling your breathing rate, heart rate, and body temperature through focused mental direction. Once basic physiological control is established, expand to influencing external matter. Hold an object and sense its atomic structure, its energy field, its potential for change. Practice directing energy through your hands into objects, feeling the connection between your consciousness and physical matter. Advanced practitioners can influence matter at a distance through focused intention. This begins with small exercises, affecting random number generators, influencing plant growth, or moving lightweight objects. The key is maintaining unwavering focus while eliminating all doubt about your ability to affect physical reality. Each successful attempt reinforces your understanding of mind's mastery over matter. The most powerful application of this principle comes through understanding that all matter is essentially frozen consciousness. Everything in the physical world was first a thought before manifesting as matter. By aligning your consciousness with this truth, you begin to see physical reality as malleable rather than fixed. This perspective shift alone starts to dissolve the artificial boundaries between mind and matter. Regular practice of mental mastery techniques gradually reveals that matter responds to mental command, not through force, but through resonance. The mind doesn't fight against physical laws, but rather works through them by understanding their true nature. This is why masters of various traditions often speak of harmony rather than control. The goal isn't to dominate matter, but to dance with it through conscious partnership. As you develop this relationship with physical reality, you'll find that matter becomes increasingly responsive to your mental direction. What once seemed solid and unchangeable becomes fluid and adaptable. This isn't about defying physical laws, but rather about operating at a higher level of natural law where mind and matter function as an integrated whole rather than separate entities. Through dedicated practice and deepening understanding, you'll experience firsthand that mind truly does master matter always. Lesson 4. Belief bends universal laws. Our beliefs form the foundation of how we experience and interact with reality. These deeply held convictions act as filters through which we perceive and interpret everything around us, ultimately shaping the universal laws that govern our existence. While many consider universal laws to be fixed and immutable, evidence suggests that our beliefs have the power to influence and bend these laws in remarkable ways. The universe operates on fundamental principles such as gravity, cause and effect, attraction and vibration. However, these laws are not as rigid as we once thought. Quantum physics has revealed that the observer's expectations and beliefs can influence experimental outcomes, demonstrating that reality is more flexible than classical physics suggested. This understanding opens up extraordinary possibilities for those who learn to work with their belief systems consciously. Our belief systems are formed through various experiences, cultural conditioning, education, and personal interpretations of events. Many of these beliefs operate at a subconscious level, silently directing our thoughts, actions, and the results we achieve in life. By becoming aware of our limiting beliefs and actively working to transform them, we can begin to bend reality in alignment with our desires. Identifying limiting beliefs requires honest self-reflection and awareness. These beliefs often manifest as internal dialogue that says, "I can't," "it's impossible," or "that's just the way things are." Each time we encounter such thoughts, we have an opportunity to examine and challenge them. Are these beliefs based on actual universal laws, or are they simply assumptions we've accepted without question? The process of transforming beliefs begins with conscious recognition, followed by systematic replacement. When we identify a limiting belief, we must first understand its origin and purpose. Every belief served us in some way when we initially adopted it, but many become outdated and restrictive as we grow. By acknowledging the original protective or adaptive function of a belief, we can honor its purpose while choosing to release it. Building empowering belief structures requires more than simply replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. We must create new beliefs that are both expansive and authentic to our experience. This involves gathering evidence that supports our desired beliefs, creating experiences that reinforce them, and surrounding ourselves with people and environments that reflect our new reality. The power of belief extends beyond personal psychology into the fabric of physical reality. When we truly believe in something at our core, we naturally align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with that belief. This alignment creates a resonance that influences the quantum field, bending probability and attracting corresponding circumstances into our experience. Advanced practitioners understand that beliefs are tools for reality creation rather than fixed truths. They maintain flexibility in their belief systems, adopting different beliefs for different contexts and purposes. This mental agility allows them to navigate various situations effectively while maintaining their ability to influence reality according to their intentions. Physical reality responds to the strength and consistency of our beliefs. When we hold a belief with absolute conviction, without doubt or internal conflict, reality tends to reshape itself to match our expectations. This is why maintaining unwavering faith in our desired outcomes, even in the face of contrary evidence, is crucial for reality-bending success. The practice of belief transformation requires patience, persistence, and courage. It involves challenging deeply held convictions and venturing beyond our comfort zones. As we continue to work with our beliefs consciously, we develop an increasing awareness of their power and learn to wield them with greater precision and effectiveness. Through this process, we discover that the universal laws we once thought immutable become increasingly responsive to our conscious direction, allowing us to create reality in alignment with our highest vision. Lesson 5. Reality mirrors inner power. The mirror principle is one of the most profound truths about how reality operates in relation to our inner world. Everything we experience in our external environment directly reflects our internal state of being, level of personal power, and self-concept. This principle works with unwavering consistency. What we see out there is always showing us what exists in here. Understanding this mirror dynamic allows us to take full responsibility for our reality and begin consciously shaping it through inner development. When we encounter challenging circumstances or unwanted situations, rather than trying to force external change, we can look within to identify what aspects of ourselves are being reflected. The outer world serves as a perfect feedback mechanism, showing us where we need to grow. Our level of inner power, our confidence, certainty, self-trust, and conviction, creates a corresponding level of outer circumstances. If we feel small and powerless internally, life will present situations that reinforce that self-image. As we cultivate genuine inner strength and authority, reality naturally shifts to mirror that expanded power. The key is developing authentic power from within rather than trying to control things from without. This operates through subtle energy dynamics and quantum resonance. Our inner state generates specific vibrational frequencies that attract matching experiences through the law of resonance. By consciously elevating our inner power and maintaining high-frequency states of being, we automatically draw circumstances that reflect that elevated consciousness. The practice of self-reflection is essential for working with the mirror principle. We must become skilled observers of both our inner and outer worlds, tracking the correlations between them. When we notice external patterns repeating, we can look within to find the corresponding internal patterns generating them. This creates a powerful feedback loop for growth and transformation. Inner power development involves building a strong energetic foundation through practices like meditation, energy work, and consciousness expansion. As we clear limiting beliefs, heal emotional wounds, and align with our authentic power, reality naturally begins reflecting that inner solidity. We discover that true power comes from presence, self-knowledge, and alignment, rather than force or control. The mirror principle also reveals how we can shift external circumstances by focusing on inner transformation rather than outer manipulation. When we try to change things by pushing against them, we often create resistance. But when we modify our inner state, our beliefs, energy, and way of being, outer change happens naturally and effortlessly as reality realigns to match. This understanding leads to profound practices for consciously participating in reality creation. We can use the mirror principle proactively by cultivating specific inner qualities we want to see reflected externally. If we desire more abundance, we develop an abundant consciousness. If we want more harmony in relationships, we cultivate inner harmony. The outer always follows the inner. Regular alignment practices help us maintain congruence between our inner and outer worlds. This includes practices like energetic clearing, conscious breathing, meditation, and working with subtle energy. As we keep our inner state clear and powerful, reality naturally stays aligned with our highest vision. The mirror principle puts us in the driver's seat of reality creation by showing us that everything stems from within. Rather than seeing ourselves as victims of circumstances, we recognize our role as conscious creators working from the inside out. This is true empowerment, knowing that by developing our inner power, we gain the ability to shape outer reality in alignment with our highest intentions. Regular practice with the mirror principle develops our sensitivity to the intimate connection between inner and outer worlds. We begin recognizing subtle correlations and feedback loops that were previously invisible. This growing awareness allows us to work more skillfully with reality as a reflection of consciousness, creating profound positive change from the inside out. Lesson 6. Intention shifts physical world. The power of intention represents one of the most profound mechanisms through which consciousness interfaces with physical reality. When we understand and harness intention properly, we gain the ability to influence the material world in precise and measurable ways. Modern scientific research, particularly in the field of quantum physics, has demonstrated that focused intention can affect quantum particles, suggesting that our conscious intent has a direct impact on the fundamental building blocks of reality. The science of intention goes beyond mere wishful thinking or casual wanting. True intention operates as a focused directive of consciousness that carries specific information and energy. Studies conducted at prestigious research institutions have shown that trained individuals can influence random number generators, affect the structure of water crystals, and even impact biological systems through sustained intentional focus. This demonstrates that intention is not merely a subjective experience, but a force that can create objective changes in our environment. To set powerful intentions, one must first achieve a state of clear, focused consciousness. This requires eliminating mental noise and achieving a level of internal coherence where your thoughts, emotions, and physical state are aligned. Begin by identifying exactly what you wish to manifest or influence. The more specific and clear your intention, the more effectively it can interact with physical reality. Avoid vague or conflicting intentions, as these create scattered energy patterns that dilute your influence. Maintaining focused intent requires regular practice and the development of mental stamina. Just as a laser beam concentrates light into a powerful beam, your intention must be concentrated and sustained. This involves regularly returning to your core intention throughout the day, reinforcing it through visualization, feeling the outcome as if it's already manifested, and maintaining unwavering faith in the process. The key is to hold your intention with both relaxed confidence and focused determination. Measuring intention results provides valuable feedback and helps refine your practice. Keep detailed records of your intentions and observe the subsequent changes in your environment. Look for both direct and indirect manifestations of your intended outcomes. Sometimes results appear in unexpected ways or through seemingly unrelated channels. By tracking these patterns, you can identify which intention methods work best for you and adjust your approach accordingly. Advanced intention practices involve working with increasingly subtle levels of reality. This includes influencing probability fields, harmonizing with natural forces, and creating sustained fields of intentional energy. One powerful technique involves creating what might be called an intention matrix, a structured network of related intentions that support and reinforce each other. This creates a more robust and stable influence on physical reality. The relationship between intention and physical manifestation operates through quantum fields of possibility. Your focused intention collapses quantum wave functions in specific ways, bringing certain possibilities into physical reality while reducing the probability of others. This process becomes more effective as you develop your ability to maintain coherent intentional states for longer periods. Regular practice with simple intentions builds the foundation for working with more complex manifestations. Your body serves as an important tool in the intention process. Physical sensations, emotional states, and energetic feelings provide valuable feedback about the alignment and effectiveness of your intentions. Learn to recognize the subtle physical signals that indicate when your intention is clear and powerful versus when it's weak or conflicted. This bodily awareness helps you adjust and refine your intention practice for maximum impact. The most powerful intentions arise from a state of profound inner silence combined with crystal clear direction. This paradoxical combination of relaxed awareness and focused will create the optimal conditions for reality. Shifting intention work. Practice achieving this state through regular meditation, mindfulness, and energy awareness exercises. As you develop this skill, you'll find your intentions manifesting with increasing speed and precision. Intention operates within the larger framework of universal laws and principles. Your intentions should align with natural processes and the highest good of all involved. This ethical alignment actually enhances the power of your intentions rather than limiting them. When your intentions serve positive evolution and growth, you gain the support of universal forces, amplifying your ability to shift physical reality through conscious intent. Lesson 7. Energy follows focused thought. Energy is the fundamental currency of the universe, flowing continuously through all things and responding instantaneously to our focused thoughts. This profound relationship between energy and thought forms the backbone of reality-bending mastery. When we truly understand that energy follows thought with unwavering precision, we unlock extraordinary capabilities to shape our experience. The universe operates as an infinite field of energy, constantly responding to and interacting with our thought patterns. Every thought we generate creates specific energy frequencies that ripple outward into this universal field. The more focused and clear our thoughts, the stronger and more coherent these energy patterns become. This is why scattered, unfocused thinking produces scattered, unfocused results in our lives, while precise, directed thought creates clear, definitive outcomes. To harness this principle effectively, we must first develop our ability to sense and work with energy directly. Begin by sitting quietly and placing your attention on your hands. Focus intensely on the space between your palms and imagine energy building there like a glowing ball of light. With practice, you'll start to feel a subtle tingling or magnetic sensation. This simple exercise demonstrates how focused thought directly influences energy fields. The quality of our thought energy matters significantly. Thoughts infused with genuine emotion and clear intention carry substantially more power than casual or half-hearted ones. Think of it like a laser beam versus scattered light. The concentrated beam has far more impact. When we learn to maintain sustained, emotionally charged focus on our desired outcomes, we generate powerful energy patterns that begin reshaping physical circumstances. Practical application of this principle requires developing your ability to direct energy through focused thought. Start with small, measurable goals. For instance, focus intently on warming your hands through thought alone. Maintain unwavering concentration while visualizing and feeling heat building in your palms. With practice, you'll notice temperature changes that demonstrate your growing ability to direct energy through thought. Advanced practitioners learn to extend this energy direction beyond their immediate body. They can influence objects, circumstances, and even other energy fields through sustained, focused thought. This isn't about forcing or struggling. It's about achieving such clear, concentrated thought that energy naturally follows. The key is maintaining perfect focus while remaining relaxed and centered. Energy work requires patience and consistent practice. Start with daily sessions of increasing duration, gradually building your capacity for sustained focus. Pay attention to how different thought patterns create different energetic sensations and results. Learn to distinguish between scattered, weak energy patterns and powerful, coherent ones. Your sensitivity to subtle energy will grow with dedicated practice. One powerful technique involves creating an energy cylinder around yourself through focused thought. Visualize and feel a column of pure energy extending above and below you. Maintain this image with unwavering focus while going about your daily activities. This practice strengthens your ability to hold focused thought patterns while engaging with the world. Over time, you'll notice your energy field becoming stronger and more influential. Energy responds to the total pattern of your thoughts, not just conscious intentions. This means working to align your subconscious patterns with your conscious patterns, with your conscious goals. Regular meditation helps reveal and transform limiting thought patterns that may be creating conflicting energy signals. The more coherent your total thought field becomes, the more powerfully energy will respond to your direction. As you develop mastery over energy through focused thought, you'll experience increasingly dramatic demonstrations of this principle in action. Physical reality will begin responding more readily to your intentions, but maintain humility and respect for this power. It's not about ego or control, but rather about aligning yourself more perfectly with universal energy dynamics. Through dedicated practice, you'll discover that energy truly does follow focused thought with perfect precision. Lesson 8. Will shapes circumstances instantly. The power of will is perhaps the most direct and immediate tool for bending reality to your desires. While other aspects of reality creation work through various mechanisms and timeframes, a properly developed will can create instant shifts in your circumstances. This instantaneous nature of willpower makes it one of the most valuable skills to master in the reality-bending method. Willpower operates as a concentrated force of consciousness that can override existing patterns and establish new ones. Think of it as a laser beam of focused intention that can cut through any resistance or obstacle. When you develop unshakable will, you gain the ability to maintain your chosen direction regardless of external circumstances or internal doubts. The first step in developing this level of will is understanding that willpower is not about forcing or struggling. Many people mistakenly believe that willpower requires strain and effort. True will operates more like a clear, unwavering decision that simply cannot be moved. It's the difference between trying to hold back a flood with physical force versus simply deciding that water flows in a different direction. To begin strengthening your will, start with small but absolute decisions. Choose something minor, like touching your nose at exactly 3:0 p.m., and make it non-negotiable. The size of the task doesn't matter. What matters is the absoluteness of your decision. When you declare something will happen with zero room for doubt or failure, you're exercising pure will. As you practice, gradually increase the scope of your willing. Move from personal actions to external circumstances. Declare with absolute certainty that you'll receive a phone call from a specific person or that you'll find the perfect parking spot. The key is maintaining the same level of absolute certainty you had with the smaller exercises. Reality responds to will instantly when certain conditions are met. The first condition is complete alignment between your conscious and subconscious mind. Any doubt, even hidden doubt, creates resistance. The second condition is emotional coherence. Your feelings must match your declaration. The third condition is energetic consistency. Your energy field must hold steady without fluctuation. A powerful technique for instant manifestation through will is the already done method. Instead of willing something to happen in the future, you project your will backward through time and declare it already accomplished. This bypasses the time gap between intention and manifestation. When using this technique, you must fully embrace the feeling and certainty of completion. Regular practice of will-strengthening exercises builds what can be called a will muscle. Each time you make and fulfill an absolute decision, this muscle grows stronger. Eventually, you develop a level of will that naturally bends reality around it. Circumstances rearrange themselves to match your will because your will becomes a stronger force than existing conditions. One advanced practice is the will field technique. This involves creating a field of influence around you where your will automatically shapes events without conscious effort. You establish this field by consistently demonstrating that your will determines outcomes in your immediate environment. Over time, reality learns to conform to your will preemptively. The ultimate expression of will is reaching a state where you no longer need to exert it forcefully. Your mere preference becomes sufficient to shift circumstances. This occurs when your will has become so developed that it naturally dominates your reality field. At this level, life bends to your will, not because you're forcing it, but because your will has become the strongest organizing force in your experience. Will development requires consistent practice and gradual expansion. Start small, maintain absolute certainty, and systematically increase your scope of influence. Through dedicated practice, you'll develop the ability to shape circumstances instantly through the pure power of will. Lesson 9. Reality obeys clear commands. The ability to command reality is perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of reality bending. Just as a computer responds to precise programming instructions, reality responds to clear, unambiguous commands from a consciousness that understands its authority. This commanding presence comes from an unshakable knowing that you have the right and ability to direct the forces of creation. The command principle operates on the understanding that reality is fundamentally responsive to consciousness. When you issue a command from a place of absolute certainty, the universe arranges itself to comply with your directive. This isn't about making wishes or hoping for outcomes. It's about speaking with the authority of a creator who knows their words carry the force of law. To effectively command reality, your communication must be crystal clear and free from contradictory messages. Many people dilute their commands with doubt, fear, or opposing desires. Think of reality as an incredibly sophisticated but literal system that responds exactly to what you communicate. If your command contains mixed signals or uncertainty, reality will reflect that confusion back to you in the form of mixed or uncertain results. The structure of effective commands follows a specific pattern. They are present, tense, positive, and absolute. Rather than saying, "I want to be successful," or "I hope this works out," you would state, "I am successful," or "This is working perfectly." The command must come from a place of already being or having what you're commanding into existence. This aligns your consciousness with the desired reality and allows the universe to bridge the gap between your current and commanded state. Implementation requires consistent practice and unwavering focus. Start with small commands about simple things to build your confidence and understanding of how the principle works. Command a parking space to open up. Command your coffee to taste exactly right. Command your day to flow smoothly. As you see reality responding to these smaller commands, your authority will grow naturally and you can progress to larger commands. One essential aspect of commanding reality is maintaining emotional congruence with your commands. Your feelings must match the authority of your words. If you speak a command while feeling doubtful or unworthy, reality will respond more to those feelings than to your words. This is why developing genuine self-authority is crucial to mastering this principle. Through regular practice, you'll cultivate a natural commanding presence that reality instinctively responds to. The practice protocols for reality commanding begin with daily exercises in speaking with authority. Stand before a mirror and practice issuing commands with absolute certainty in your voice and posture. Feel the power of your words resonating through your being. Notice how your energy shifts when you speak as one who knows their commands will be obeyed versus one who hopes they might be. Advanced practitioners learn to command on multiple levels simultaneously. They can issue commands that affect physical circumstances while also commanding shifts in consciousness and energy. This multi-level commanding accelerates the manifestation process by aligning all aspects of reality with your directive. It requires a deep understanding of how reality operates and how different levels of existence interact. The most powerful commands come from a state of unified consciousness where you recognize that you and reality are not separate. From this perspective, you're not commanding something external, you're directing aspects of yourself. This understanding dissolves resistance and allows for instant manifestation. Reality obeys because it is you, expressing itself through form and circumstance. As you develop your commanding ability, remember that true power comes with responsibility. The universe will respond to your commands regardless of their nature, so it's essential to command from a place of wisdom and consideration for the highest good of all involved. Each command you issue shapes not only your personal reality, but contributes to the collective reality we all share. Lesson 10. Mastery starts in mindset. The journey to reality-bending mastery ultimately begins and ends with your mindset. While the previous chapters have provided various techniques and practices, the master's mindset serves as the foundation that enables all other aspects to flourish. This mindset isn't simply positive thinking or temporary motivation. It's a fundamental shift in how you perceive yourself and your relationship with reality. The master's mindset operates from a place of absolute knowing rather than hoping or wishing. When you embody this consciousness, you understand at your core that you are not separate from reality, but are an integral part of its creation and operation. This isn't an intellectual concept, but a lived experience that permeates every aspect of your being. To develop mastery consciousness, begin by observing your current thought patterns without judgment. Notice how often you doubt yourself or question your ability to influence reality. These observations aren't meant to criticize, but to create awareness of where your consciousness currently resides. As you identify these patterns, consciously choose to elevate your thinking to that of a master. A master doesn't try to bend reality. They know they are reality expressing itself. This subtle distinction makes all the difference. When you operate from this understanding, your actions naturally align with universal forces rather than struggling against them. The master's mindset includes complete acceptance of your power while simultaneously remaining humble before the vastness of existence. The practical application of mastery consciousness involves maintaining unwavering awareness of your creative power in every moment. When challenges arise, instead of reacting from a place of victimhood, you respond from your center of mastery. This means taking full responsibility for everything in your experience, while maintaining the calm certainty that you can adjust any circumstance through your conscious intention. Integration practices for the master's mindset include regular periods of silent contemplation, where you simply rest in the awareness of your true nature as a reality bender. During these sessions, release all effort to change or improve anything. Instead, allow yourself to fully experience your natural state of mastery. This paradoxically strengthens your ability to influence reality more effectively than forcing or struggling. Sustained mastery methods require consistency in maintaining your elevated consciousness, regardless of external circumstances. This means holding steady in your knowing even when evidence seems to contradict your power. The master understands that temporary appearances don't negate their fundamental nature as a creator of reality. Advanced mindset techniques involve practicing what might be called quantum consciousness, the ability to hold multiple possibilities simultaneously while remaining anchored in your preferred reality. This expanded awareness allows you to navigate probability fields with greater precision and manifest desired outcomes more reliably. The master's mindset also includes an understanding of the cyclical nature of growth. There will be periods of intense transformation followed by integration phases. Rather than judging these cycles, the master uses them skillfully, knowing when to push forward and when to consolidate gains. This rhythm becomes natural as you deepen into mastery consciousness. Mastery isn't a destination, but a continuing evolution. Even the most advanced reality benders maintain their practice and regularly refine their mindset. The difference is they do so from a place of self-assured power rather than desperate seeking. They understand that each new level of mastery opens doors to even greater possibilities for reality bending. Your mindset creates the foundation for all reality bending practices. By cultivating and maintaining the consciousness of mastery, you naturally attract circumstances that reflect your elevated awareness. The techniques and methods throughout this book become exponentially more powerful when applied from this state of being. Embrace your nature as a master of reality, and watch as the universe responds accordingly.